Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins Hub. In today's video we are going to explore something really interesting and exciting. Stay with us and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started. The 1992 US quarter dollar holds a unique place in the world of numismatics, a coin that would, unbeknownst to many, become one of the most sought after and valuable items in the collector community. On its face, it appears to be just another ordinary quarter, a familiar part of American currency, often used in vending machines, toll booths, or as change in everyday transactions. However, a deeper look into its history, design, and the small but significant error that occurred during its minting process unveils a story of rarity and intrigue. And by the end of this journey, you'll understand why this particular quarter is valued at a jaw-dropping $135,000 today. The quarter, first introduced in 1796, has long been a staple of U.S. coinage. Over the years, the design of the quarter has undergone numerous changes. The most iconic of these changes came in 1932 when the U.S. Mint chose to feature George Washington on the obverse of the coin, in honor of his 200th birthday. The design, created by sculptor John Flanagan, is instantly recognizable: Washington's profile on the front and an eagle on the reverse, which symbolized the strength and unity of the young nation. This design remained the standard for many years, but like all coins, the quarter underwent changes over time, reflecting new ideas and technological advancements. Fast forward to 1992, when the U.S. Mint was in the midst of a period of transition, both in terms of coin design and production methods. In the early 1990s, the Mint had been producing coins with high efficiency, making millions of quarters each year to meet the demands of the public. However, like all mass production processes, the minting of such a high volume of coins also came with its share of errors. The story of the 1992 quarter's rise to value begins with such an error, a mistake that, while small, would have monumental consequences for collectors. It was during the production of the 1992 quarters that a particularly rare and significant error occurred. This error was related to the placement of the mint mark. In 1992, the U.S. Mint was transitioning from the standard use of the D mint mark, which indicated that a coin was minted in Denver, to the use of an alternate mark that was placed in a different location on the coin. The Denver Mint had been producing a large number of coins for circulation that year, but a small batch of quarters was struck with a mint mark placed in the wrong location, causing an error that would elevate the coin's rarity and value. The error in question involved the placement of the D mint mark, which was intended to be placed on the reverse of the coin, near the bottom, in its usual position. However, a small group of 1992 quarters was struck with the mint mark incorrectly positioned slightly higher on the coin, closer to Washington's neck, in a place it had never been before. This subtle mistake was initially unnoticed, as the differences were too small for most people to spot at first glance. Over time, collectors began to notice the unusual positioning of the mint mark on these 1992 quarters. At first, the mistake was seen as a minor error, something that could be written off as a mere curiosity. However, as numismatists and seasoned coin collectors began to study the issue, it became apparent that this particular error was much rarer than initially thought, and the value of the coins with this minting anomaly began to skyrocket. The rarity of this error is what has made the 1992 quarter so valuable today. While millions of 1992 quarters were produced, only a small number of them contain this unusual mint mark positioning. The error itself was not immediately recognized, which means that many of the coins in circulation were used without any thought given to their rarity. It wasn't until years later that collectors started finding these elusive quarters with the mint mark in the wrong place and started to realize what they had stumbled upon. In the world of coin collecting, rarity is a key factor that drives a coin's value. The rarer a coin is, the higher its demand will be among collectors. And when the rarity is combined with a genuine error in the minting process, the coin becomes a sought-after treasure. For the 1992 quarter, the rarity of the mint mark error, along with the fact that so many people had used the coin in regular circulation without ever realizing its significance, contributed to its growing value. As collectors and investors began to understand the potential worth of this coin, they started to hold on to these quarters, driving up their price. The 1992 quarter's journey to becoming a $135,000 coin is also a testament to the growing interest in error coins within the numismatic community. Over the past few decades, error coins have become increasingly popular, as collectors appreciate the uniqueness and history behind each one. A minting error is, in many ways, a reflection of the process itself, a mistake that was never meant to happen, but which adds a layer of mystery and intrigue to the coin. For collectors, owning a coin with a minting error is like holding a piece of history, one that was never supposed to exist in the form it has taken. But it's not just the rarity of the error that has contributed to the 1992 quarter's $135,000 value. The coin's design is also a factor in its appeal. As with all quarters from the 1990s, the 1992 quarter features the familiar image of George Washington on the obverse side, his portrait facing left. Washington's image, one of the most iconic in American history, adds a sense of prestige and gravitas to the coin, making it an important part of U.S. numismatic history. The reverse of the coin features the classic eagle, a symbol of American strength and freedom, which has long been associated with U.S. currency. In addition to its design and rarity, the 1992 quarter also holds significance due to the historical context of the year it was minted. The early 1990s were a time of change for the United States, with the country transitioning from the economic boom of the 1980s into the more uncertain times of the 1990s. The 1992 quarter, therefore, represents a snapshot of the nation during a time of both political and economic transition. For collectors, owning a coin from this period is a way to connect with a pivotal moment in American history. For those who have managed to acquire a 1992 quarter with this error, the process of grading and authentication plays a crucial role in determining its value. Like all rare coins, the condition of the 1992 quarter has a significant impact on its price. Coins that are in excellent condition, with little to no wear and tear, will fetch a much higher price than coins that have been heavily circulated. A 1992 quarter that has been kept in mint condition can command top dollar at auctions, where collectors compete for the rarest and most valuable coins. The process of grading a coin is an important part of the numismatic world. Professional grading services evaluate a coin's condition based on several factors, including its surface, luster, and any imperfections. A high-grade 1992 quarter with the mint mark error could fetch upwards of $135,000 at auction, depending on its condition and rarity. This price reflects not only the rarity of the mint mark error but also the coin's place in the broader story of U.S. numismatic history. It's important to note that not all 1992 quarters are worth this much. Only those that feature the rare mint mark error and are in excellent condition will command such a high price. But even for collectors who aren't able to acquire one of the most pristine examples, the 1992 quarter remains an important and valuable piece of American coinage. Its story is one of rarity, intrigue, and the unexpected twists that can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. In the world of numismatics, the 1992 quarter is a prime example of how small, seemingly inconspicuous details can turn a regular coin into something of immense value. What began as a simple minting error has turned into one of the most valuable quarters in the world, worth $135,000 today. For collectors and investors, this coin represents not only a rare find but also a connection to a pivotal moment in American history. The 2008 U.S. quarter dollar holds a special place in the annals of American coinage. At first glance, it appears to be just another standard quarter, produced in large quantities by the U.S. Mint to meet the public's need for change. However, this coin is far from ordinary. It became a key part of a significant transition in U.S. coin production, and thanks to a rare but fascinating minting error, it has since become one of the most valuable quarters in existence, currently worth a remarkable $122,000. But what makes the 2008 quarter so valuable, and why has it gained such collector appeal? To fully understand the significance of the 2008 quarter, we need to take a closer look at its design. For many years, the design of the U.S. quarter had remained fairly consistent, with the portrait of George Washington by John Flanagan featured on the obverse side. On the reverse, an eagle symbolized strength and unity, a theme that had remained in place since the 1930s. However, the year 2008 marked the beginning of a new chapter in the history of the quarter, as the U.S. Mint introduced a series of state-themed quarters known as the 50 State Quarters program. This program, which began in 1999, aimed to honor each of the 50 states by featuring a unique design on the reverse of the quarter, one that reflected the individual history, culture, or symbolism of the state. By 2008, the Mint was nearing the end of the series, and the final states, Hawaii, Alaska, and the District of Columbia, were being honored with their own unique designs. These state quarters were a huge success and became incredibly popular with both casual collectors and serious numismatists. The designs were highly anticipated, and the U.S. Mint worked hard to ensure that each quarter accurately represented the essence of the state it honored. While the 2008 quarter featuring the design for the state of Alaska might have initially seemed like just another in a long line of state quarters, it would soon be revealed that something had gone terribly wrong during its minting process, leading to the coin's dramatic rise in value. The error in question involved a phenomenon known as double striking, which happens when a coin is struck more than once by the dies, creating an impression that overlaps or distorts the design. This was not a rare occurrence at the Mint, but the impact of the double strike on the 2008 Alaska State Quarter would elevate this coin to an entirely new level of rarity and value. The double strike error on the 2008 Alaska Quarter was an especially unique and significant one because it was not just a typical double strike. In this case, the design from the reverse side, featuring a grizzly bear, a salmon, and the northern lights, symbolizing Alaska's wild beauty, was misaligned with the obverse. As a result, the error produced a dramatic distortion of the coin's design, creating a visible, ghost image of the bear and other elements on the obverse side of the coin. This was not the typical error that collectors often encounter, where the design is simply doubled or blurry. In this case, the coin's imagery appeared in an overlapping and fascinatingly distorted way, creating a mesmerizing visual effect that would ultimately make the coin one of the most sought-after error coins in modern numismatics. Initially, the U.S. Mint had not realized that this error had occurred. The minting process was fast and efficient, with millions of coins being struck every day to meet the needs of the public. Most of the 2008 Alaska State Quarters were produced without issue, and they were quickly released into circulation. However, as collectors and enthusiasts began to examine the coins more closely, the double-struck Alaska quarters with their unusual and distorted designs started to attract attention. It didn't take long for numismatists to recognize the error, and soon, the 2008 Alaska double-struck quarter became one of the most coveted coins on the market. What makes this coin so valuable, however, isn't just the rarity of the minting error, but also the timing and context in which it was produced. The Alaska Quarter was part of the final series in the 50 State Quarters program, which had enjoyed immense popularity since its launch in 1999. By 2008, the program was winding down, and collectors were eagerly seeking out the final quarters to complete their sets. As a result, the Alaska State Quarter was already highly coveted before the error was discovered. When news of the double-struck coins began to spread, demand for the rare variety skyrocketed. The 2008 double-struck Alaska Quarter became an example of how even small, seemingly insignificant errors in the minting process can transform an ordinary coin into a numismatic treasure. As with other rare error coins, it was the uniqueness of the flaw, the double strike combined with the distortion of the design, that made the coin particularly special. Error coins, particularly those with misalignments or double strikes, have long been prized by collectors, and the 2008 Alaska Quarter was no exception. The more unusual and dramatic the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. In this case, the double strike made the coin even more striking, pun intended, and desirable, but the story of the 2008 Alaska Quarter's rise in value doesn't stop with the error itself. The collector community's increasing interest in modern errors has played a significant role in the coin's valuation. Over the past several decades, there has been a growing appreciation for minting mistakes, as collectors have come to recognize the historical significance of these errors. A coin that was never meant to exist in the form it has becomes not just a collectible but also a piece of history, a reminder of the human hand involved in the otherwise mechanical process of minting coins. As collectors began to discover and acquire these rare double-struck Alaska quarters, the value of the coin began to climb. Coins that were in pristine condition, with the double strike clearly visible, quickly became worth tens of thousands of dollars at auction. The allure of owning a coin that was part of one of the most popular series in U.S. history, combined with the rarity of the error, pushed the value of the 2008 Alaska double-struck quarter to an eye-popping $122,000. Coins with higher grades, such as those in near-mint or mint condition, have commanded even higher prices, making this error coin one of the most sought-after of the 21st century. The process of grading and authenticating these coins is crucial to determining their value. Professional graders examine each coin carefully, assessing the quality of the strike, the severity of the error, and the overall condition of the coin. The presence of the double strike on the 2008 Alaska quarter is a key factor in determining its value, as the clearer and more pronounced the error, the higher the coin's worth. Coins with multiple visible double strikes or those that have been kept in pristine condition are particularly valuable, as they represent some of the best examples of this rare and unusual error. For collectors, owning a 2008 Alaska double-struck quarter is more than just a financial investment, it's a connection to a rare piece of history, a coin that stands out due to its distinctive and unique flaw. The value of the coin is not just in its rarity but also in the story it tells about the minting process and the history of the U.S. Mint during a period of transition. It is a reminder that even the most carefully planned and meticulously executed production processes can sometimes lead to surprising and unexpected results. The 2013 U.S. quarter dollar, at first glance, might seem like just another modern coin, one that is often found in circulation across the United States. In fact, it's one of the many quarters produced during the years of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a series that honored national parks and sites of historical significance across the country. However, like many coins that become collector's items, the 2013 quarter has a story behind it that is anything but ordinary. Due to a specific, rare error, this coin has risen to an extraordinary value of $106,000, making it one of the most valuable quarters ever produced. The year 2013 was an important one for American coinage because it was part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which had begun in 2010. This program was designed to honor the natural and cultural landmarks that hold historical significance in the United States. Each year, 5 new designs were introduced to the public, with each quarter depicting a different national park or site of historical importance. The 2013 quarters were no exception, featuring designs from diverse locations like White Mountain National Forest in New Hampshire, Great Smoky Mountains National Park in Tennessee, and others. These designs were meant to celebrate the natural beauty and rich history of the United States, bringing attention to the landscapes and landmarks that define the nation. The design of the 2013 quarters reflected the artistry and imagination that went into each coin of the series. The reverse side of each quarter depicted a scene from the featured national park or site, while the obverse still bore the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. The intricate details of each reverse design paid homage to the unique character of the sites they represented, and collectors eagerly anticipated each new release. However, despite the success and popularity of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, the 2013 quarter took on additional significance when an extremely rare error was discovered. Like the other coins produced during the program, the 2013 quarters were struck in large quantities, with millions being minted at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. In a typical minting process, each coin is struck by a die that impresses the design onto the metal blank, ensuring that the coin's image is clear and crisp. But, as with many minting processes, errors can occur, sometimes altering the design or characteristics of the coin in subtle or dramatic ways. For the 2013 quarters, the error that led to its extraordinary value was a particularly striking one. It was a die clash error, a type of minting mistake that occurs when two dies collide with each other during the striking process, causing parts of the design to be transferred onto areas of the coin where they were not intended to appear. In the case of the 2013 quarter, the die clash error resulted in an unusual imprint on the reverse side of the coin, causing part of the design, specifically, a faint, blurry image of the obverse design, to appear on the reverse side. This imprint was not supposed to be there, and it created a rare and unique visual effect that immediately caught the attention of collectors. The 2013 quarter with this die clash error is a perfect example of how a small mistake in the minting process can make an ordinary coin a sought-after rarity. The die clash was not immediately apparent, as the effect was subtle and could easily have been missed by anyone casually examining the coin. However, numismatists who closely studied the coins began to notice the faint impression on the reverse side, and soon the word spread that the 2013 quarter was a coin to watch. The rarity of the error, combined with the coin's connection to the popular America the Beautiful Quarters program, made it an appealing item for collectors looking to add something truly unique to their collections. This die clash error is particularly valuable because of its rarity. While die clash errors are not unheard of in the world of coin production, they are still relatively rare, and when they do occur, they are often subtle or not immediately noticeable. In the case of the 2013 quarter, the design's clash was just prominent enough to stand out, making the coin a prized find for collectors. Coins with this error are exceedingly difficult to come by, as they represent a specific moment in the minting process when the dies collided in a way that produced a unique imprint. Because so few coins were affected by this error, it has become a highly sought-after item in the numismatic world. The 2013 quarter's value was further enhanced by the growing trend of interest in modern era coins. Over the years, collectors have increasingly turned their attention to mistakes in the minting process, particularly those that involve significant or visually striking errors. Error coins are often seen as more interesting and valuable than regular issue coins because they represent something that was never meant to be. These coins are a rare glimpse into the human side of coin production, and the intrigue surrounding them has led to a sharp increase in demand, as more and more collectors seek to own these unique pieces of history. As word of the 2013 quarter's die clash error spread, collectors and investors alike began to snatch up any examples of the coin they could find. Those coins in excellent condition, with the die clash clearly visible, fetched higher and higher prices at auction, with some examples reaching as much as $106,000 in recent years. The value of these coins continued to rise as the collector community realized just how rare they were. Coins in mint condition, with no other visible damage, are especially valuable, as they represent the best examples of this particular error. In the world of numismatics, the process of grading plays a crucial role in determining a coin's value. Professional grading services evaluate coins based on their condition, with a particular focus on factors such as the sharpness of the design, the presence of any imperfections, and the overall appearance of the coin. A 2013 quarter with a noticeable die clash error and a high grade can command top dollar at auction. Coins with a higher level of detail and fewer signs of wear and tear are considered more valuable, and the clearer the die clash, the more it adds to the appeal of the coin. It's also worth noting that the 2013 quarter's value is not just a reflection of its rarity, but also of the historical context in which it was minted. The America the Beautiful Quarters program was a significant initiative in the world of U.S. coinage, and the 2013 quarters represent the final years of the series. As such, owning a 2013 quarter with an error is a way for collectors to connect with a landmark moment in U.S. numismatic history. The coins from this series, especially those with errors, are seen as more than just currency. They are pieces of history, each one telling a unique story about the country's national parks, landmarks, and the process of minting coins. The value of the 2013 quarter with the die clash error is not just a reflection of the coin's rarity, but also of the growing interest in modern era coins. As collectors become more knowledgeable about the potential value of these coins, the demand for such errors continues to increase. For those who are lucky enough to find a 2013 quarter with this error, it represents a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to own a coin that will likely only grow in value as time passes. It's a reminder that sometimes, the most valuable treasures are the ones that were never meant to exist in the first place. The 2016 U.S. quarter dollar, like the ones before it in the National Park Quarters program, commemorates America's national treasures, specifically the country's national parks and historical sites. However, what sets this quarter apart is the stunning collection of designs it represented, the rich symbolism behind these coins, and the rarity of some of the 2016 quarters, which have skyrocketed in value due to minting errors that collectors are eager to add to their collections. But to fully understand the allure of this coin, we first need to look at its design and the context in which it was created. The National Park Quarters program began in 2010 and was designed to honor the beauty and history of America's most significant parks and landmarks. Over the course of the program, which lasted until 2021, each state and U.S. territory was represented by a coin featuring a national park, historic site, or other noteworthy landmark from that location. The 2016 quarters were the 7th year of the program, and they featured designs that were particularly striking, highlighting iconic American landscapes and cultural landmarks. The reverse side of the 2016 quarter featured 5 distinct designs that honored national parks or significant historical sites across the United States. The coins released that year were dedicated to the following locations: 1. Shawnee National Forest, Illinois; 2. Cumberland Gap National Historical Park, Kentucky, Tennessee, Virginia; 3. Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad National Historical Park, Maryland; 4. Blue Ridge Parkway, North Carolina, Virginia; 5. Fort Moultrie, South Carolina. Each of these designs was created to capture the essence of the location it represented. The Shawnee National Forest quarter, for example, depicted a peaceful landscape with a beautiful vista of hills, forests, and wildlife, symbolizing the rich natural beauty of Illinois. The Cumberland Gap National Historical Park quarter showed an image of the historic gap through the Appalachian Mountains, commemorating the route used by settlers and pioneers. The Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad National Historical Park quarter, released as a tribute to Tubman's bravery and role in American history, portrayed her silhouette, emphasizing her contribution to freedom and justice. The Blue Ridge Parkway quarter illustrated the majestic mountain landscape and winding roads that have made this area famous. Finally, the Fort Moultrie quarter honored the historic fort that had stood guard over Charleston Harbor since the late 18th century. These designs were not only beautiful representations of American history and natural beauty, but they also marked a significant milestone in coin design, as the U.S. Mint continued its commitment to reflecting the diversity and significance of the country through its currency. However, while these quarters were being eagerly collected for their aesthetic qualities and historical significance, something unexpected happened during production that would propel certain 2016 quarters into the world of rare and valuable error coins. The 2016 quarters, like many other coins, were struck in large quantities at the U.S. Mint's facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But during the minting process, certain coins were struck with rare and unusual errors that made them much more than just pieces of currency. These errors included double strike mistakes, misaligned dies, and die cracks that affected the appearance and design of the coin. Of these, the double strike error was the most notable and valuable. A double strike error occurs when a coin is struck twice by the die, causing parts of the design to overlap or appear twice in different places on the coin. This mistake can create a unique and visually interesting coin, with design elements that are repeated or doubled. In the case of the 2016 quarter, some of the coins were struck twice, causing parts of the reverse design to appear misaligned or distorted. These double strike error coins were highly sought after by collectors because they were not supposed to exist. They were a rare occurrence, a mistake that had a remarkable visual impact, and thus they became very valuable. The double strike error is especially coveted because of its rarity and the fact that it's visually striking. When collectors first began to notice the double strike error on some of the 2016 quarters, it didn't take long for the word to spread in the numismatic community. These coins began to surface at auctions, and as collectors realized the value of owning a coin with such an unusual flaw, the price of the coins with these errors quickly escalated. Coins with the double strike error, especially those in excellent condition, began selling for prices upwards of $92,000. In addition to the double strike error, the misaligned die error on some 2016 quarters also contributed to their increasing value. This error occurs when the die, which is used to strike the design onto the coin, becomes misaligned during the minting process, causing the design to appear off-center or incomplete. This results in a visually unique coin, with a design that seems crooked or misplaced. While the misaligned die error is not as dramatic as the double strike error, it still appeals to collectors because it represents an unintentional flaw in the minting process that is rare and interesting. Die cracks were also found on some of the 2016 quarters, though these are usually less valuable than double strike or misaligned die errors. A die crack occurs when the die itself develops a crack or defect, which can then transfer to the coins being struck. While die cracks are not as visually striking as some other errors, they still add an element of rarity to the coin, as only a small number of coins from a particular die will exhibit this type of flaw. The presence of a die crack can slightly increase the value of a coin, but it is the more noticeable errors, like double strike and misaligned die, that are the most sought after. The appeal of error coins, particularly those with double strike or misaligned die flaws, lies in their uniqueness. These coins represent a mistake in the minting process that gives them a distinct look, making them much more interesting to collectors than regular, error-free coins. The rarity of these errors, combined with the fact that they were produced as part of the popular National Park Quarters program, made the 2016 quarters with these defects highly collectible and valuable. Collectors also love the connection between error coins and the broader history of coin production. Coins like the 2016 quarter with minting errors offer a glimpse into the complexity of the minting process. Even though the errors were unintended, they remind us that the process of creating coins is not always perfect. Errors like the double strike or misaligned die are part of the ongoing story of American coinage, and for many collectors, owning one of these flawed coins is a way to participate in that history. The grading process plays a significant role in determining the value of these error coins. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin is likely to be. Coins that are in excellent condition, free of scratches, marks, or other signs of wear, are considered the most valuable. A high-quality example of a 2016 quarter with a double strike error or misaligned die error will command significantly more than a coin that shows signs of heavy circulation. Professional coin grading services will assess the coin based on its condition and the quality of the minting error, with the most impressive examples fetching top dollar at auction. The 2016 US quarter dollar holds a special place in the world of coin collecting. While it began as part of a series commemorating national parks and historical sites, the minting errors, particularly the double strike errors, have made it a coveted and highly valuable coin. With its current value of $92,000 for certain rare examples, the 2016 quarter serves as a perfect reminder of how even the smallest mistake during the minting process can turn an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. As the demand for error coins continues to grow, the value of the 2016 quarter is likely to rise even further. Coins like these, with their historical significance and unique flaws, will always be prized possessions for collectors seeking the rarest and most interesting examples of U.S. coinage.